Shit. Someone just broke into my home. I need something to defend myself, but what? What? I don't have anything. Ooh. No, I can't use that. Those things cost a fortune and they're still kind of hard to find, so I guess this was it then. Damn. Still works. Hello there, dildos, or whatever. Time for another collection video, but before we start this, usually when I make my videos, I like to make myself, a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whatever, because it keeps me awake and more energetic because of the caffeine, which is a good thing. Although I don't want to be too energetic because I hate those guys on YouTube who are all like, welcome back, I missed you, I love you, let me lick your butthole, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. God, I hate those people. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that, I had this cup of coffee on the desk there in the kitchen and my cat just casually walked over this cup. So if you see me spitting on this video, it's cause this coffee contains cat nutsack hair, so wait, they're actually neutered. Well, they still have empty sacks, I guess, so feline empty sack fur. So yeah, if I'm spitting, that's the reason. Also, another thing I want to mention before we start this video, just casually throwing this out there, you know what I would like? I'd like to have at least some kind of brain. Some brain, even a tiny brain, that would be great. Would help with a lot of things if I could actually think them through, which I didn't this time. As you might see, this is kind of tight space, so I can't have the camera really here, so you can see the games while I'm showing them. But I do have some B-roll footage which shows their games. I'll throw that at the end there or something like that. But anyway, yeah, where was I? Yeah, like 2-3 days ago, I built these goddamn IKEA shelves. If you saw my shorts there on this channel, you'd know. Before I built these shelves, I had my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games also. They were on another shelf, which was much more easily accessible, when it comes to recording. I could have done this collection video before I did this, but 2 days after I did those, I was like, you know what, I need to do some other videos. So, hey, how about PlayStation 1 collection video? That was a good time. Fuck, it's tighter than Elf's asshole, I don't know. Whatever's tight. Elves are tiny, so I'm thinking their buttholes are really tight. Well, except maybe for elf on elf anal sex, I think it's just as tight as human on him. I don't fucking know. I have no idea of the biology of fucking elves. Wait, I'm mixing things. Elves. Oh, elves were those pointy-eared bastards from Lord of the Rings. Well, they're kind of human-sized. Shit. Leprechauns? Midgets? Dwarves. No, dwarves are always fat. They're actually kind of big, just not tall. They're just wide. Fuck it, let's start this video. PlayStation 1 games. I'll try to be fast. That's more note to myself, Stop rambling shit. First game I have is Air Combat. It's the first game in the Ace Combat series, but this one was called Air Combat. Fucking awesome. If you like flying, it's great. If you have PlayStation 1. Next game is Ace Combat 3, which is a sequel to Air Combat. Actually, there was Ace Combat 2 in between. It'd be weird if they jumped from 1 to 3. Great game if you like fighter jet shit. Next game I have is Akuji, the Heartless. Akuji, the Heartless. I don't know how you say that in English. In Finnish we just say Akuji. So fuck it. It's Akuji. Never tried this. It looks cool. You know, it's got like pentagrams and shit. Demons. Maybe it's some Satan worshipping shit. I don't know. I'm always down for Satan. Next game I have is Alundra 2, which is... I've heard it's great. I haven't tried this because I always wanted Alundra 1 also. You know, I have this kind of OCD where I need to play the first one before I play the sequel, you know. Sometimes I can ignore that in some cases, but I still haven't played the new God of War game, you know, or, well, actually it's God of War 2 now, but I haven't played the previous one either, cause I'm still in the middle of finishing God of War 1 for PlayStation 2? I think it came for PlayStation 2. It's a quirk I have. Next game I have is Apocalypse, which is fucking awesome. Very underrated game, you know, Bruce Willis. He is so goddamn awesome in this game. Lots of one-liners. It's a shoot 'em up. A twin stick shooter almost, kinda. I mean, there's like platforming and it wasn't twin stick. This was PlayStation 1. Original controller didn't even have twin sticks, so I guess you were shooting with the, you know, triangle, X, you know, square, circle, those things, you know. Fantastic game. Next game I have is Armorines Project Swarm. Never tried it. I believe this was cheap and it looked kind of cool, so I got it. Apparently you shoot lots of bugs, so that's great if you don't like bugs. Next game I have is Beatmania. Haven't tried this. I have the DJ controller where you can, you know, scratch and shit like that. But never tried this. Don't really even know much of these artists here. Moloko, that one I know. Sing It Back, yeah. That I know. MTV played that song to death. Rough Driver 2. Les Rhythms Digitales. I don't know, it's some stupid techno or something. Next game, Bushido Blade. Fucking fantastic game, one of the best fighting games ever. I wish this would get a sequel. This is so much fun, you know. It's like a fighting game with swords, and you know, one hit can pretty much end the fight because it's kind of realistic in that way. So, fantastic. Next game I have is Colin McRae Rally, which is fucking awesome. One of the best rally games out there ever made. You know, if you're a Finnish person, you know this. Especially if you were Finnish through the 90s, because rally was a huge thing here. I think it still kind of is, but not as huge as it was back then. So, you know, Colin McRae Rally was kind of like you know how in US they have citizenship tests, I believe. I've heard something like that. I've seen it on movies, so, you know, I'm gonna assume it's real thing. Well, Colin McRae Rally is kind of like Finnish citizenship test. You gotta play it and you gotta be good at it. You gotta beat your friend's high score. That's the way to get a Finnish citizenship. And of course, Colin McRae Rally 2.0, which is Colin McRae Rally 2. More driving. Yay! Next game, Colony Wars, and then I have Colony Wars Vengeance and Colony Wars Red Sun. Red Sun, this I played the shit out of back in the days. This was fucking awesome. I played this through like probably like 5, 6, 7 times, I don't know. Fantastic game. I tried the first one also a little bit because this one supports the analog joystick for PlayStation 1, which I have, which is fucking awesome. I'm gonna take some B-roll footage of that fucking beast and show it right here, right about now. Look at it. I mean, I can't see it because I'm just here talking in front of the camera, but look at it. Isn't that sexy? It's a sexy beast. Yeah, fun controller, fun games, Colony War games, you know, Colony Wars games. Next game I have is Cool Borders. That's how they said it, at least in the demo, which I played. I think I tried this full version also. I didn't have this as a kid, but I used to play the demo like fucking dozen times through a day, you know, when I had the demo version of Cool Borders 2. That was one of the coolest things ever back then, but yeah, I did try that. And it wasn't as good as I remembered. Weird. Next game I have is Danger Girl. Let's be honest, I got this mostly for nice characters. Very breasty, pretty, whatever. I don't care. Next game I have is Dead Ball Zone, which is a zone where you can get into if you stop masturbating. You know, your balls just die. And that's called Dead Ball Zone. In this game, your goal is to avoid masturbating. It's some kind of ball game. I never tried it. Next game I have is Destruction Derby Raw, which is about a guy who has a huge dick and never wears a condom. Destruction Derby Raw, because, you know, he destroys vaginas and goes in raw. It's a destruction derby. You drive cars. You try to, you know, destroy other people's cars. That's how destruction derbies work. Or it could be a guy with a big dick who never wears a condom. I don't know. Next game I have is Die Hard Trilogy, which is fucking fantastic. Especially Die Hard 2 Die Harder, which is a first-person arcade shooter. In that one, it's kind of like light gun game. It's fucking fantastic. I played the demo tons. A lot of these games I only played the demos. Now I have the full versions and I never tried those. This one also has Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance. I haven't even tried those, not even demo versions, because the demo was always about Die Hard 2, but that was fucking fantastic. I had to get this and now I have it and I never tried it, so great story. Lame ending. Next game I have is a fucking classic. It's kind of like Resident Evil, but with dinos, cause it's Dino Crisis. Horror game. Kinda. But, you know, instead of zombies, there are dinosaurs. This is fucking fantastic. Next two games I have are Driver and Driver 2, which are still the most badass, coolest driving games ever. And I mean, ever. I mean, it's like the 70s and you're doing, high-speed chase movies, cause there are missions where you drive as undercover cop and you can, record those. I mean, it records those and you can then, kind of direct your own high-speed chase movies, which is fucking awesome. Obviously, that's just a bonus thing where you can make those movies. You can put the cameras and all that shit in wherever you want. But, basically you're an undercover cop and you're doing driving missions. So, yeah, fucking fantastic games. Driver 1 can be kind of tough to get into because of the tutorial. It probably has the world's most hardest tutorial. It's stupidly hard. Okay, it's probably not that hard. It was kind of tough. I don't know, fuck it. Ooh, next game I have is Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes. Need I say more? You're Duke Nukem and you're in a distant future where vicious aliens rule the earth. So you gotta save all the babes. Next game I have is Evil Dead, Hail the King, which is probably the worst Evil Dead game I played, but I would like to say decent. I believe this one had it was Fistful of Boomstick that had a button for one-liners that were made by Bruce Campbell. But he did also give his voice in this one, so this one does have some of those one-liners. I just don't remember if this one had a certain button you could use to throw those one-liners. I don't know, but one-liners are fucking sick. They're great. But as a game, that's not the best. Next game I have is this is fucking fantastic. I love this game. Fear Effect. 4 CDs long, CDs. It's actually pretty short from what I remember, but it has lots of cutscenes, cinematics, This was not exactly Metal Gear level cutscenes, but still quite a bit of cutscenes, and they were kind of sexy at times from what I remember. Yeah, they were. I'm pretty sure they were. Fantastic game. It's kind of like kind of Resident Evil-ish because you have that fixed camera angles, but it's kind of cartoony. Also, it's just great. Just trust me. You need to play that. There's also a sequel, which is fucking awesome too. Hard games from what I remember, but I did beat both many times when I was growing up. No bullshit. And since we're in F, you gotta have Final Fantasy and Origins, which has Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. Those JRPGs, world's greatest JRPG. Well, not 1 and 2, but the series is one of the best JRPG series ever made. Then I have Final Fantasy Anthology, which has Final Fantasy 4 and 5. Then of course Final Fantasy 7, which is one of the greatest games ever made. Gotta have that. And Final Fantasy VIII, which is also pretty fucking awesome, even though I believe lots of people didn't like this. This was kind of a disappointment after 7 for many people, but I fucking loved this. This was great. Not as great as 7, but still pretty fucking great. And of course Final Fantasy IX, which is, well, it's fucking great too. Yeah. Take that. Where's Final Fantasy 3? Also, I'm missing Final Fantasy 6, but Final Fantasy 3. Huh. I don't know. Oh, hey, dude. And this is Randy. And, Randy is not the one who teabagged his teabags in my coffee. It was actually Ricky, who's also there. No need to come here. I've tasted your hairs enough for one day, so, stay the fuck away. Next game I have is Gex Undercover, which is, I've heard it's pretty good. I haven't actually played this. Mostly I bought this because of Leave It's over there, but I've heard it's a good game, so maybe I should give it a try at some point. Next game I have is Ghoul Panic, which I bought, and I didn't know this was a light gun game, so now I have this and it is a light gun game, so I don't have a light gun. But you can apparently play this with the controller also, but light gun games with the controller, that's kind of lame, Playing light gun games with controller is kind of like, settling for hand job instead of blow job, so no. Yeah. They still can be cool, but they're not as cool. Next 2 games I have are G-Police and G-Police Weapons of Justice, and these tell a story of cops who try to find the G-spot. Pretty much. That's why they're called G-Police. I haven't actually even played this. This looks so goddamn cool and awesome. I remember when I got this PlayStation magazine from Germany, my big sister brought that to me, and there was pictures of G-Police, and I was like, that's like the best looking game ever made. It was so fucking awesome. It looked so good, but I never got it back then. Now I have it, but I haven't tried it. Story of a lot of these games. My cats are going apeshit there. Well, I guess I'll see the damages once I'm done recording this, so hopefully nothing too expensive. Next game I have is Grandia. This is fucking awesome. I never had this as a kid. I got this. This was one of the first games I got when I got the PlayStation 1 back. Started collecting. My cats are going apeshit right there. Ooh, Randy's kicking Ricky's ass. I wish you could see, because it's much more interesting than this. I mean, Grandia's great, but overall, Grandia fucking awesome. One of the best JRPGs ever. Next 2 games I have are Grand Theft Auto London and Grand Theft Auto 2. These are fucking awesome. I love the original, the first Grand Theft Auto games. First, Grand Theft Auto number 1. The first one that came out. Probably could have said that better, but that one I'm missing. But I fucking love that. I would love to have that, but, well, I need to go online and buy it. That's kind of the way to get it. Why I haven't done that yet beats me. Because I'm broke and I have a lot of other shit to buy also. Next 2 games I have are Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2. Do I need to say anything about Gran Turismo games? Gran Turismo games are fucking awesome. Gran Turismo 2 and Gran Turismo 4 are still the best Gran Turismo games. The new one is good, but man, Gran Turismo 2 and 4, it was something else. Next game I have is called Haluatko miljonääriksi? And some of you might have already put the pieces together. This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it's the Finnish edition, so quiz! I never won the 1 million, so, I kinda suck at it. Again, one of those things that needs brains. Next game I have is In Cold Blood. This was fucking fantastic when I played this at friend's place back in the days. I had to get this I haven't played this now again, but I remember this was really hard, but it looked really cool and it had I really loved the atmosphere. Fucking awesome game. I think this is kinda underrated. I'd have to play this again, just to see. It might have been a little stiff when it comes to controls and shit, but I do remember loving that. I gotta play that. Next one I have is Incredible Crisis. It's a Japanese game with weird Japanese things in it. It's basically you're a kind of Japanese worker, businessman. You're doing really weird missions. I played this. I got stuck on some mini game or mission or whatever you call those in this. It was really hard. It just needed two good reflexes, and I think I was drunk and shit like. My cats are going apeshit. No fighting. Dicks. Next game I have is fucking awesome. This is definitely underrated. It's one of my favorite games for PlayStation 1. This one, if you like beat 'em ups and platformers kinda, well, I think this game more appeals to beat 'em up fans than platformer fans. Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. This is fucking awesome. It has Jackie Chan. He had the motion cap suit and all. He made the moves, and he's voice acting in this, and it is just so. I fucking love this game. I beat this game probably like a dozen times. It is so goddamn good. I do recommend this. Beat 'em up platformer. Fucking awesome. You got the fighting moves of Jackie Chan. I don't know why I did this. Next game I have is Kingsley's Adventure. It's a 3D platformer, action adventure platformer, I guess. I don't know. 3D platformer, I don't know. I never tried this, so I'm guessing you're a little fox and you're doing some fox shit. Next game I have, this is fucking fantastic. Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain, which is a 3D action adventure game where you're a vampire, kind of, from what I remember. And yeah. It's really bloody, from what I remember. Maybe it wasn't that bloody. Maybe I'm not remembering this that accurately, but it was a cool game. Actually, fuck it. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I played this or the sequel. There were a few games in this series. There was also the Kain game. I don't fucking know, but I played one of these and it was great. It was fucking great. This game I have is Mega Man Legends 3D Mega Man Adventure. I tried this a little bit and I love Mega Man, but it didn't seem too bad. I guess I should have stuck with it a little more, I don't know. Next game I have is fucking Legend. Metal Gear Solid, one of the greatest games ever made. Stealth game with fucking tons of cinematics and shit. It's, Hideo Kojima. He's a fucking genius when it comes to making games. His games are basically movies, except you have playable parts, which are fucking fantastic. Next game I have is Micro Machines V3, where you're a small car and you're driving around. That's why it's called Micro Machines, because you're small. And machines, because, well, machine could be anything, but in this case, it's a car. Stop fucking slapping each other. Come on. Are you biting his ass? Cats are going fucking nuts. Anyway, next game I have is The Adventures of Monkey Hero. And this one I tried and I believe this didn't work, so fuck that game. Next game I have is Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat is one of the best fighting game series. I mean, Tekken is the best. This is like the second best. Well, Bushido Blade actually. Ooh, I might put that above Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Bushido Blade, I've only played the first one. There's also a second one, but that was never released in Europe, so I kind of skipped that. I do have modded PlayStation 2 at least, so I could get the American version, but I don't know. Next game I have is NHL Rock the Ring, and this is fucking fantastic hockey game. It's super arcadey. The frame rate, from what I remember, that was kind of awful, but you can fucking do wrestling finishing moves like suplex and German suplex and bulldog and shit like that to your enemies or the other team. It's brutal. It's brutal hockey. And talking about arcade sports games, next one I have is Ready to Rumble Boxing, which is really arcade boxing game, Don't expect any simulation shit. This is basically a fighting game, more than boxing game. It was pretty fun. Next three games I have here, everyone probably knows this, cause they are Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Do I really need to go too much into these games? I mean, Resident Evil games. These are the old school Resident Evil games with fixed camera angles and tank controls and shit like that. I still love these, These are fucking awesome. The remakes are... I mean, Resident Evil 2 remake, that is fucking fantastic. That's like one of my favorite Resident Evil games. But the original 2, if I had to put them in order... PlayStation 1, there's the nostalgia. The new one, the remake, that obviously control-wise is a lot better. So, well, it basically comes down to, do I want nostalgia or do I want a technically better product? They're both fucking awesome. Then I have Nuclear Strike, which is a sequel to Desert Strike and Jungle Strike, and then there was also Soviet Strike and Urban Strike, and I think there was there another? I think there were 5 of them. I said 5. Desert, Jungle, Soviet, Urban, Nuclear. That's 5. It's a chopper game. You go around as chopper and shoot shit. Next game I have is Americans' favorite pinball, patriotic pinball. They're also patriotic there. It's actually kind of weird when you look at it from outside, you know? It just looks weird, okay? It's a cultural difference. I don't know, but yeah, it's pinball. It's very patriotic. So, you know, go Jets, Lakers. Those are some kind of American bands, aren't they? But there's also pinball that's for the rest of us. Pinball Power. This is a medieval pinball action, so, well, Europe during Middle Ages were probably not the funnest place to be with, you know, Black Plague and all that. I don't know. Next game I have is Pong, which is the good old Pong, but this is 3D and it has kind of different types of Pong games here. This is actually pretty fun. I actually love this game quite a lot. I played it quite a lot, you know. It's pretty awesome. The game I have is Racing Simulation Monaco Grand Prix. If Formula shit is your shit, you know, this is one of those Formula games. I don't actually hate Formula games. I kind of wanted to try some of the newer ones, you know, new Formula games, but I never did, so I'm probably not gonna try that one either. Next game I have is Rage Racer, which is a great game for people who race while they drive, you know, all those pissed off drivers. It's some kind of racing game. I actually never tried. It was cheap, so I got it. And next game I have is a classic. It's Rayman, one of those 2D platformers. It's just fun platformer. These are usually kind of hard from what I remember. I've never beaten a Rayman game, although I've never tried. I might have to try at some point. Maybe they'll make a new Rayman game and I'll try that. Who knows? I don't know. Next game I got is a fucking fantastic classic. I love this. We used to play the shit out of this with my friend. We played it wrong, but it made it more fun. It's a game called Return Fire, and this is a game where you can pick between a chopper and jeep and tank, and then there was this missile launcher truck or something like that, and basically you have to steal the other guy's flag. But we used to play this in a way where the other one took the jeep and the other one took the chopper, and just you tried to get away from the chopper, and the chopper was fucking hailing missiles on the little jeep. It was just so goddamn fun. We loved playing this. It was awesome. It still is awesome. I do recommend it. It's great. This game I have is Ridge Racer Revolution, which is a driving game, racing game. Ridge Racer is a well-known driving franchise, but I never really got into that much. It is kind of, you know, iconic. The Ridge Racer or something like that. I don't know, but never really got into that one. That was okay for, you know, a few hours, but after that, I moved on. Next game I have is Shadow Gunner, the Robot Wars. Never tried it. It's a game where you're a kind of robot. Apparently you're in a war with other robots, that's why it's Robot Wars. Next game I have is, this is a weird one. It was kind of fun. Sitting Ducks. Think of those old-time Grand Theft Auto games which were, you know, top-down, but you're a duck. And I think this is aimed for kids more, but it was kind of fun, you know? I think I bought it as a joke, but I didn't end up playing it surprisingly much, let's just say that. I didn't go it through or anything like that. This game I have is Sydney 2000, and Sydney 2000 is, this is kind of cool. We used to played a lot of these, you know, like Track and Field 2 for NES, and then there were PlayStation 1 Track and Field games, and this is kind of like those, you know, Sydney 2000. There's just Olympic games and, you know, all those Olympic sports, whatever, that you go, you know, like 100-meter freestyle swimming, 100-meter sprint, hammer, javelin, triple jump, high jump. It was just kind of fun to try to beat your friends in this, you know, because it has multiplayer. This one actually has 8 players max, so that's kind of fucking awesome. Never had that many friends, but it's kind of awesome. Next games I have are fucking legends. Siphon Filter and Siphon Filter 2. I'm missing Siphon Filter 3, I had that back as a kid. These are fucking awesome. These were the best thing after, you know, pretty much Metal Gear Solid games when it came to stealth action. Especially Siphon Filter 2, it's a fantastic masterpiece of a game. It is good. Next games I have are Tekken 2, and Tekken 3, which is probably the best fighting game ever made. Especially the beach ball mode. That is so goddamn fantastic. I wish they'd bring that back. I think some Tekken game had that, but Tekken 7, which came out last, that one only had Tekken Bowling. Yeah, it was kind of fun too, you know, bowling game. That's always a nice way to kill time, but man, Tekken Beach Ball, it needs its own game pretty much. It's the best beach ball or volleyball game probably ever. Well, NES had, you know, volleyball games which were kind of fun too. Oh no, Tekken Beach Ball still beats those NES volleyball games, you know, any day of the week. It was just so fucking awesome. Next games I have are Tenchu and Tenchu 2, and the first Tenchu especially, this was one of my all-time favorite games. It's still really high on my list. This is the best ninja simulation game ever. Ghost of Tsushima, it's an awesome game. You're a samurai, but I still kind of want a full, you know, blown Tenchu sequel, which kind of stays truthful to the roots. I mean, this is so fantastic. It's bloody. Second one too is fucking awesome, and also for PlayStation 2, Tenchu, I think it's Tenchu 3, Wrath of Heavens or something like that. That was fucking awesome too. I love these games. I played the shit out of these games. I got the Grandmaster, which is the best ranking on every goddamn level. I fucking played the shit out of those games. This game I have is Toka Touring Car Championship, which is a racing game. Seems like really generic. Might be fun, I don't know. Who knows? Next game I have is Tombi, which is a game my girlfriend found from flea market. It was €2, so I told her, you know, buy that shit for me, because the real price back then it was like €100, and I think now, well, I actually have no idea what it costs now, but I think it's still around 100 at least. I've heard it's good. I haven't even played this, and this is in fantastic condition, which is great, so, you know, I should probably try it out. This game I have is 007, Tomorrow Never Dies. It's a 3D action game, you know, third person. You go around and shoot shit, and there's also driving and apparently skiing and shit. It's a Bond game. You go around and shoot people, because Bond does that. You're a spy. This game I have is Top Gun, Fire at Will, and I love Top Gun movies. Iceman is still the best pilot out there. In this one you're Maverick though, so man. But this one also has Commander Hondo. Look, isn't that him? The bald head? I can't fucking remember. That was Hondo, wasn't it? Yeah, it had to be. God, my foot's asleep. I'm sitting on the floor, so, you know, it's not the most comfortable. But yeah, Top Gun. Never played this, but I love Top Gun movies. The game I have is Vegas Casino. It's a casino game. You know, you like poker, roulette, blackjack, all that shit. Baccarat. I never understood Baccarat. I played that on some games where you get to go to the casino and try out Baccarat, and I never got the rules exactly. It's really weird. I don't know. Next game I have is Vigilante 8. Twisted Metal is probably the better series, but these were fucking awesome too. Car combat games, you know. You're in a car that's loaded with weapons and try to destroy the other cars. And next we have V-Rally, which is all rally games, cause, well, I'm in Finland, and during the 90s rally games were kind of the must, so, you know. 4 games left, and this one is actually part 4 in the series. Wing Commander Part 4. Excellent cast of actors. I mean, there's Mark Hamill, there's John Rhys Davies, there's Malcolm McDowell, also Tom Wilson, Jason Bernard, and Robert Russler. I might know them if I saw their faces, but can't remember them right now. A space flight game. I got this because I always kind of wanted to see this. I loved the first 2 Wing Commander games for PC. I think it was for PC. I might have played the first one on Amiga 500 also, but yeah. Great flying games. This one, cast is awesome. This has those full motion video. Basically, it's a real video, those cutscenes, which are fucking awesome. Or kind of cheesy nowadays, but back then they were awesome, and I always wanted to try this out. But after I got this, I read that the PlayStation version is kind of shitty compared to the PC version, so I never tried it. What the hell are you doing here? Ricky's here. He doesn't really want to be on my lap. He likes my girlfriend more. This game I have is 007, World is Not Enough. It's another Bond game, where you're James Bond doing James Bond shit. This game I have is Worms, the first Worms, which is fucking awesome. I always loved the first Worms. Worms 2 was obviously awesome too. Almost every Worms game is somewhat awesome in some way, but man, the first Worms games, especially the first one, I still remember on PC I played tons out of this, and it had that cheat that if you used a Uzi or a minigun, and I think if you pressed F1 while you used that weapon, the bullets all turned into bazooka shells, so you know you could really wipe out half the fucking level with one turn. That's that weird little cheat I remember. So, but Worms, who doesn't know Worms? You take turns trying to kill the enemy. Could be computer or could be human. It's more fun with humans. Well, except if you lose. Worms is one of those games where, kind of like Monopoly, which can lead to domestic abuse. And we're down to my last game, which is Xenocracy. Xenocracy? The ultimate solar war. And this is another space flight game. Space flight simulator, whatever. Space action game where you fly around and shoot enemies, and I had this as a kid and I remember really liking this. I haven't tried this again once I bought this back, but I should really give this one a try. Could be good, who knows? Anyway, that was all the games I had this time, and my fucking back, my leg and my hips are killing me because I'm sitting on the goddamn floor and I'm getting old, so you know, I can't take this anymore. Also, this is kind of creepy sitting here because I have the door back here. It kind of reminds me of the scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know why I mentioned that, but it's just, that's what the door behind me reminds me of. It doesn't look anything like the door in the movie, but I don't know. Just fuck off, and I'm fucking off. This is gonna be awkward. Usually I just walk away from the screen, but now I kinda gotta drag my butt like cats do or dogs do when they still got some poo on their asshole.